This road in Arua district leads to what most people call misery. As we move with one of the school inspectors, we are regaled with tales of the origin of a name of a village where a primary school that we are headed to lies. It is Ejirikombeni, meaning eaten by termites. It is the same name that the school we are visiting is called, so we almost start believing the misery brand. Just when we begin to think it's a dead end, voila, we finally get to eat and realize that the odd name it carries has some truth to it. We find the pupils milling about the compound, most of them barefooted and others looking unkempt. The pupils then get into some makeshift structures which suspect to be their classrooms. Our suspicions are later confirmed. They are indeed classrooms. A sharp pang of sadness grips us as the pupils and teachers bend to get into what fits the rather negative name it has. Eaten by termites. Moving from one class to the next diminishes our hope of finding better classrooms. It's been only a few minutes that I've been seated here and already the discomfort is way too much. And this is what these pupils are subjected to each and every day, seated here listening to the teachers. The teachers now tell us that this has kept some of them, or rather most of them, away from school. The fading blackboard has been used to impart knowledge to so many pupils over the years that is now worn out. There is, however, a newly constructed block that is a ray of hope for the pupils of the lower classes. As we get inside with a primary one-class teacher, we are reminded that all that glitters isn't gold. This is it.
The children just sit on the floor like that because there are no seats. We don't have desks in our school.
So how is their concentration level, really, when they're seated here on this floor, that's where it is?
Especially during this rain season here, the floor is a bit cold. It makes them not to concentrate all that. Others even don't want to sit. It makes them uncomfortable and makes them to go out anytime. And some do not even write. They don't have exercise books. Sometimes after teaching, then you give them an exercise. They just get outside the classroom.
The lower class pupils go back home at 1 p.m. and the classes are then used by the upper class pupils.
When we leave them in their classroom there, they will be disturbed.
And rightly so, because the muddy classrooms are no protection against the heavy rains that keep pounding the area almost daily. Now, where does the timber come from?
That one is for the school. Others sit on those timbers. Even those small drums there, sometimes they use as seats.
And how about those tools that I'm seeing?
Those ones belong to PUPILS also. They bring them from their homes.
And these are the minority. In the next class, P4, we find only one pupil enjoying the comfort of a chair. Sitting is freestyle.
I think this one we are going to make a follow-up. What happened? Because when a construction is done like this, they normally provide desks.
Yes, study they must on this cold cemented floor.
We are supposed to start teaching good posture for handwriting right in the lower classes. And when you enter all these classes, there's nothing like a desk.
We try to make them feel good about having a chance to study. So you keep telling yourself that every morning that you wake up, I am not giving up, and then you go to school, okay? Anything that you can do, just do it. They need this conviction because most children have given up.
They feel that when they will come here, they come to waste their time. They don't have sitting facilities, and those blocks, they are also leaking.
The deputy headmistress thinks that the heads of the district should intervene. Though the number of pupils who have attended today goes up to 172, the school actually has over 570 pupils. 400 are not in school because of the misery. The school has only 8 teachers for this number.
The 8th one is the head teacher, but who normally go for these official duties. In fact, we are only 7 who are teaching in the classes. Okay. We are having problems here because the teacher teaches all the subjects in the classes now, and the teacher can get tired of teaching. And normally in infant classes, there are about 13 or 14 subjects.
Who knows? They could smile some more because when the school was still a community one, it was worse. The government has taken it over, though the conditions are changing rather slowly.
You know, this one was one of the places called No Village Ahead. but the people are now gradually changing.
This P5, P6 and P7 science teacher has just joined from a private school in town, but is only motivated by the love of the pupils.
I reached here, I've realized things are becoming on my side.
Starting with transport.
We have a lot of deal, so it sometimes forces us to reach the school when it is already time for lessons to begin. Even some of my colleagues, they are as far as from Kampala Market, which is almost 6 kilometers.
His teaching methods have also been deemed inappropriate in the school.
The condition of that building does not allow me to display my charts.
All because of the discomforting learning environment. Aikoyo curses the rains that have kept the pupils away, but tells us there are worse things that the school grapples with.
The major problem of this community is also the issue of dropout, more especially in girls. It is affecting us so much.
The education inspectors are also unhappy about the large terrain they have to cover, particularly so because there are only 3 in the entire district.
And the schools are very many, and the resources given to the district is not enough. And when they are giving things like PRDP money, SFG, they don't regard Arua as a special case. And even some of the one county districts receiving more money than Arua district, which is having 5 counties.
Eventually find that even these inspectors will actually lose their viability of production because of this long distance. A school of 102 kilometers riding there, and at the end you also come back, and no lodging facilities in some of those areas.
This means schools like this will get inspected less. Surprisingly, while many children in neighboring Yumbe do not go to school, in Arua, many have swarmed those schools.
In fact, that is a very big achievement.
Well, this success is not supported by a good learning environment, and many children are now quitting. There are even worse schools than Ejirikombeni, which we never went to.
Right now you find some classes under trees.
For these dejected pupils of Ejirikombeni, if things remain the same, the termites might once again eat up the school and wipe it out from the area. Florence Salimba, NTV.